Hi there, my name is Kevin Aviles. I'm a graduate assistant at Campus Recreation, and this is a basic overview of the 8 dimensions of wellness and how William & Mary Health and Wellness incorporates this into our integrated wellness model. So what is wellness? Wellness is a very broad term. Universally, it can mean so many different things, but foundationally, we do understand wellness to be conscious, self-directed and evolving, holistic and multidimensional, positive and affirming, and inclusive. And it's important to note that this is going to look different for everybody. Everybody has their own subjective experiential lens that looks different based on their own personal and cultural experiences that they have had, which is why we say that wellness should be done your way. And more to that in the future, but this is just a general, broad definition of what we believe wellness looks like. So what are the 8 dimensions of wellness? First, I'm going to go into them and break them down individually, and then we're going to talk about how they come together as a whole. So we have the 8 dimensions of wellness, starting with our emotional and mental dimension of wellness, financial wellness, environmental wellness, intellectual wellness, social wellness, occupational wellness, physical wellness, and spiritual wellness. As you can see from our logo, this is 8 different integrated and symmetrical circles that are all connected together. And that's a really important point, that they're all very interconnected and they overlap greatly. So while I might be describing the definition of one dimension of wellness, it very well may be that it applies to all the others. And so these are just kind of general ideas that are helpful to give students a model of how to conceptualize their wellness, to act on their wellness goals, and hopefully reach a state of flourishing. So starting out, emotional and mental wellness, we define as coping effectively, having a sense of positive self-regard, and creating satisfying relationships. This might look like being able to keep a positive attitude, eating well and getting enough sleep, building resilience and healthy coping strategies. So when in times of stress, you can act in a way that's conducive to your well-being, and being realistic about your time and expectations, and being able to be sensitive to your feelings and the feelings of others, things like that. Some of the resources we have on campus for students to be able to support this dimension of wellness are the Counseling Center with free therapy available to all students, the Wellness Center with its several programming initiatives that are going on through the Office of Health Promotion, and FITW classes for yoga and mindfulness. And even just the space itself is a very peaceful and quiet space for students to be able to come study, potentially reserve a meditation alcove if they want some private time to meditate or just have that quiet space. And the Wellness Center is known for having pet therapy, frequently coming several days a week. So that's also something to keep an eye out for. Campus Recreation has several FITWell classes as well. Just anything you can imagine, the normal fitness classes we have available free for all students, and different places just to have fun with friends, playing sports through IM or club sports, coming to the fitness, just like the fitness equipment, the climbing wall, several things like that. And the Office of Academic Wellbeing can hopefully help support students through times of stress and anxiety about their academics, like student accessibility services, several things available to help support students. There's tutoring available to hopefully help take some stress off of academics as well. So different resources available like that you can keep an eye out for across campus. Next, we have financial wellness, which we define as satisfaction with current and future financial situations. So this might be a place to talk to the financial aid office, or maybe find a place to work on campus to help support this dimension of wellness. And that way you can start investing towards your goals or learn to budget through a workshop at the Bowley Center for Excellence in Finance, and being able to really just use money in a way that makes you feel good and supports your future goals. Next, we have environmental wellness, which we define as being able to occupy pleasant, stimulating environments that support well-being. And this might be learning how to spend your time and energy in a way that's conducive to your well-being. Potentially might look like being able to spend time in nature or outdoors frequently, or maintaining a clean living environment. Potentially finding a favorite spot to study on campus that you know that works for you. So if you need to lock in, you can go there and you're good to go. Something like that. Some resources on campus might be the Committee for Sustainability, the Parks Prescription Program, the Matoka Trails, several trails you can discover all throughout the woods on campus, and the Tribe Adventure Program, which has several trips that you can go on with your peers outdoors to fun places and fun activities. Intellectual wellness we define as being able to recognize ways to expand knowledge and skills through intellectually stimulating activities. And while we're in classes or doing things that really stimulate our intellectual dimension of wellness, intellectual wellness we define as recognizing ways to expand knowledge and skills through intellectually stimulating activities. An important thing to do when engaging in this dimension of wellness is being able to stay curious and keep an open mind to try something new and get creative. And the perspective change and the shift of being able to learn something because you want to, rather than having to, is a huge shift in being able to keep that open mind and staying curious in what you're doing and what you're learning about. A great way to do this might be engaging in research in something you really care about or are interested in, because that drive and the passion of learning because you want to will drive that rather than feeling like you have to complete an assignment. There's that difference, that change, and that healthy engagement in this dimension of wellness that we really try to foster. And then other resources on campus like the Tutor Zone or the Writing Resources Center at Spelman Library to help you with your academic endeavors, and the Office of Academic Wellbeing has many resources available to students. The social dimension of wellness we define as developing a sense of connection, belonging, and a well-developed support system. And this might look like finding a new hobby, being true to yourself, or joining a group based on your interests. But it can also just look like spending time with your friends and family, the people you care about, and really engaging with them. And on campus, you can just go grab a meal with somebody, or make friends with somebody new from a class or an activity you're a part of. And you can attend AMP events, sports events, you name it. Go for a walk in CW, go to the farmers market on Saturdays, anything you want, just being able to spend time with the people you care about, engaging in that social well-being. Occupational wellness we define as finding personal satisfaction and enrichment from one's work. That might look like going to class, getting to know your advisors or professors, or creating a LinkedIn and attending resume workshops from the Cohen Career Center, which has great resources available to support any professional endeavors that you might have. And they're with us every step of the way throughout our careers. And they have things like mock interviews, professional headshot booth. They have like wardrobes that you can check out for professional interviews or other things like that, that might be in person or over Zoom. There's also volunteering opportunities with the Office of Community Engagement that might be good for resume building or developing professional skills, things like that. We have resources available on campus to really help support your occupational dimension of wellness. Our physical dimension of wellness we define as recognizing the need for developing physical activity, healthy foods, and sleep. And ways to cultivate this dimension might be finding a gym or workout buddy that can help keep you accountable and that you can go have fun with when you're working out regularly. Potentially trying a modality service at the wellness center like acupuncture, Reiki, massage, or yoga therapy. And a very important one, being able to get around 8 hours of sleep a day. It's just so important. Or being able to eat healthy as well, another very important thing. Some of the resources that we have on campus, a lot of them for the physical dimension of wellness are through campus recreation. There's free FITW memberships available for students to go to FITW classes. You can download the William & Mary Health and Wellness app, and you can talk to our campus dietitian. For the physical dimension, we define it as recognizing the need for and developing physical activity, healthy foods, and sleep. That might look like finding a gym or workout buddy to help keep you accountable and to have fun with when you go to the gym. You can also try acupuncture, Reiki, massage, or yoga therapy at the Wellness Center, or athletic training or personal training at the Rec Center. And important things like being able to get around 8 hours of sleep a day and making sure to eat healthy. There are some resources to help you do this at the Rec Center through things like the intramural sports, with just the gym facilities that we have available here. There's a free FITW membership available that you can sign up for all the FITW classes for free with. And you can also download the William & Mary Health and Wellness app to find other resources available to you all across campus. There's also the on-campus dietitian that you can talk to through dining services that is happy to help you with your nutrition goals. Our spiritual dimension of wellness we define as attending to our sense of purpose and meaning in life. Ways to cultivate this might be keeping a gratitude journal to reflect, training yourself to be in the here and now in the present moment through meditation and mindfulness, and learning to clarify and define your values while keeping an open mind through doing something like taking the life values inventory, which you can find on the William & Mary website, which was developed by Kelly Crace, our head of health and wellness, and is a great way to learn and put into words to see what you really find meaning and purpose in, and help that be the way that you engage with your day-to-day life. And there's also several faith-based communities and organizations on campus to help you engage in your faith with peers that share similar ideologies with you. All of our dimensions of wellness are closely related, as you can see from this logo, where there's the 8 interlocking symmetrical circles. And we might imagine that our relationship with these dimensions is going to be completely symmetrical and completely equivalent to all of them. So you might imagine your relationship with the amount of time and energy you devote to each of these dimensions, it's going to look something like this. When in reality, life is a lot messier. Life is a lot more complicated. And we usually cannot get this equivalent value of our time and energy into each of these dimensions. And there's different priorities in your life. So it's likely to look more something like this. This might be a college freshman coming in to William & Mary with a very high priority of wanting to engage with friends, making new friends, meeting new people, and engaging in community and belonging here. And also engaging in their classes, maybe finding something they want to major in, potentially getting involved in research in that intellectual stimulation aspect of that dimension of wellness, while also attending to their physical and emotional needs as well. And as a result of that, those priorities, that might mean that there's not much more time or energy to devote to the other ones. And that might change over time. And as they shift their priorities, clarify their values, it just looks differently. It looks different at all points in everybody's life. And just the idea of the 8 dimensions is to help students be able to conceptualize the way that their engagement with their values looks like, so they can actively move towards their wellness goals and flourish. Another example might be a single working parent who needs to work several jobs to help sustain their family financially. And their priorities might just look a little bit differently than the other person's. They have a large priority in their occupation and in financial dimensions of wellness. And they really find value in spending time with their family. And that's kind of their priority at that point in time in this period of their life. And in order to do that, they need to take care of their emotional and mental dimension of wellness. And they might value a nice, clean, empty, organized space at home. So that way they can restore themselves to be able to continue working their jobs without burning themselves out. And that just means that they might prioritize the other dimensions less at that point in time. And things will ebb and flow, just as that is. So this leads us to this idea of harmony over balance. All of the dimensions of wellness really need attention for us to truly flourish, but when striving for balance, that equivalent value of our devotion of time and energy might leave us frustrated because our world doesn't allow for consistently balanced expression of our life roles. Our world is too chaotic and our life is too complicated for that equal expression. And we need to find what's most authentic to us and what we most value at that time and place to reach our future goals and to truly flourish. As humans, we were built to survive and not thrive. That is why there also needs to be this very important devotion to be intentional with our actions in our daily lives. We slip into autopilot so easily, and being able to live in true harmony really means a lot of intentional awareness, acceptance, and commitment to what you want your values and your dimensions of wellness to look like. And we also wanted to present you the knowledge of how William and Mary Health and Wellness operates on two different continuums, the horizontal and the vertical continuums of health promotion. We have several resources available to help educate students, prevent wellness crises from happening, intervene in the case they do happen. We have complementary modalities that don't usually align with Eurocentric models of medicine, like the aforementioned modality services at the Wellness Center, acupuncture, Reiki, massage therapy, etc. And we also want to make sure to support students. We want to be able to step into communities to help them recover and heal when something does happen. We also operate on the vertical continuum. Under the socio-ecological model of health, we operate on the individual, interpersonal, institutional, and the community and policy level. So William & Mary Health and Wellness has resources at all these different levels to support students through whatever situation they may be going through or experiencing. And we understand that just like how one thing from one dimension of wellness will influence all the others, behaviors that occur at all these different levels influence all of the other levels as well. So something at the policy level will affect everything down to the individual and vice versa. And we have resources operating at all of them to make sure that we support your well-being and that you can reach a place where you're truly flourishing. Some of the resources we have are the Student Health Center, the Counseling Center, the Center for Mindfulness and Authentic Excellence, and the Office of Health Promotion, which are all located in the McLeod-Tyler Wellness Center and have services at the Student Health Center, all about all medical services, traditional medical services, including a pharmacy and lab testing available. Counseling Center has therapy available to students. CMAX has mindfulness classes, being able to teach students to be mindful and what that actually looks like in a day-to-day life, and promotes research in that area. And the Office of Health Promotion to help create initiatives that operate at both the vertical and horizontal continuums of wellness. Campus Recreation has several resources too. The facilities that are available to all students, including the pools. Fitness and wellness classes are available with that free FITW membership. There's intramural sports and club sports. And the Tribe Adventure program has those trips in nature that I mentioned in the environmental wellness dimension. And there's also athletic training and personal training available. And for any of that information, please visit the wm.edu/rec for more specific information for campus recreation. Here's a link to activate your FITWell membership if you haven't already. And there's some instructions here in case you're interested. Please feel free to pause the video to follow those instructions, as they might be a little complicated. And there's also the William & Mary Wellness app, which you can download here using this QR code. This has resources for all the different areas that I just went through right now, and has some helpful tools like a barcode that you can pull up to swipe in at the rec center in case you forget your student ID card. or something like that. And you can also sign up for all the FITWell classes. You can register for the FITWell membership on the app, and have some other great tools like that. Thank you so much for watching this presentation on the 8 dimensions of wellness. And hopefully you feel as though you have a model that you can work with to reach the goals that you want throughout your time here at William & Mary that will leave you in a place of flourishing.